Class 8 Physics Lesson 13 The Solar System. The Sun is the biggest object in the sky. It is huge. It is about 3,33,000 times heavier than the Earth, and we could even fit more than a million's Earth inside it. Such a huge sun we have got. Its great mass causes the large gravitational force. This keeps the sun and the planets, the moons, and some other smaller bodies together as the sun's family, which is also known as solar system. The sun and all the bodies moving around it are together called the solar system. All the members of the solar system revolving around the sun is almost circular path or the orbit. Orbit means along which the sun, the other planets rotates. Now we will study about the planets. The planets after the sun, the planets are the largest bodies in our solar system. Scientists define a planet as a round body that orbits the sun and which has pulled in all objects near its orbit. So we have got altogether 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. To learn, we have got a short trick here as given in the book. My very efficient maid just served us noodles. M for Mercury, V for Venus, E for Earth, maid M for Mars, J for Jupiter, S for Saturn, U for Uranus and N for Neptune. So these planets are there. The first four planets, these are called terrestrial planet, means the planet which is like the Earth. These are small and rocky planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Other 4 planets, these are called Jovian planets, which means Jupiter-like, which is mainly composed of gas giants. Even we can find out that while stars twinkle, planets shine with a steady light. We can see that some of the planets with our naked eyes or with the help of the binocular. Then about the planets we have to study. First planet is Mercury. As we have studied that Mercury is the smallest of our solar system, revolves around the sun the fastest. Because it is the closest to the sun, that is why it rotates very fast. And its rotate on its revolution is the fastest, but rotation is as much slower than the Earth. So a day on a Mercury is about 58 times longer than the day on the Earth. Although Mercury is the closest to the sun, it is not the hottest planet because its thin atmosphere cannot trap heat. So at night, when there is no sun, the temperature can fall as to low as -180 degrees Celsius. Same thing about the Venus. The thick atmosphere of the Venus makes it the brightest and the hottest planet of the solar system. Its atmosphere has mainly carbon dioxide gas, which reflects a lot of sunlight, but it also traps so much heat that the average temperature of Venus is about 450 degrees Celsius. Venus takes 243 days to complete one rotation, making its day the longest in the solar system. As its fact, A day on Venus is longer than its year. It is also very easy. It is easy to spot Venus because it is so bright when it is visible in the east before sunrise. It is also called morning star. And when it is visible in the west in the evening, it is called evening star. Next we have got about the earth. The earth is not the fastest, slowest, hottest, coldest, largest or the smallest planet. But it is the only planet on which life is known to exist. The planet's distance from the sun and the composition of its atmosphere and the fact that the liquid water is found on it make it life possible on it. Where it is nearer the sun, in case if earth would be nearer to the sun, then due to the heat of the sun the water would have evaporated, and in case if the earth would be too far from the sun, then we would have found that the water would have changed into solid state. So the place of the earth where it is located, that is useful for us, and it is very important for our survival. Same thing about the Mars, that no other planet evoke as much interest as Mars does. This is because scientists have found evidence that liquid water once flowed through the channel visible on its surface. So it is possible some forms of the life may exist on Mars. Usually we have found that it is red colored of the soil because it is many things has been done found in that, but we will call it as a red planet because of its red color soil. When visible, Mars look like a red sphere. During the 2 years orbit, it look the brightest when the earth is between the sun and the Mars. During the time, we can see it rising in the east as the sun sets in the west. Next is about the Jupiter. So Jupiter is the largest and the heaviest planet of our solar system, and it also has the largest number of moons. The strong wind blowing on it and the gaseous giant which is present in it, we can find all these things with the help of the telescope, and all we can see. Next we will study about Saturn. We can also easily recognize the picture of a Saturn because the planet's prominent ring-like structures we will find around it. These are actually the dust and the ice revolving around the Saturn. Apart from these particles, a large number of moon orbit has in this planet. Then Uranus and Neptune, these are the third and the fourth largest planet respectively, yet there are the two planets where the last two planets to be discovered. These are even too far from us. Even today we know very little about them. This table you can see, table 13.1, name of the planet, diameter of the planet, average distance from the sun, time taken for the rotation means एक बार घूमना, revolution means moving around the sun, mass according to the earth, number of moons, and the rings which has got. Rings means that the dust particles, ice particles, like that.